In this video, we will talk about the importance of furthering self-help skills through natural school routines and supporting parents in using strategies at home. Addressing self-help skills in the school environment is important as children have a drive to be independent and do things on their own. This is a healthy part of normal child development. We can help young children become independent by allowing and encouraging them to take responsibility for themselves whenever possible. It can be faster and less messy to do things for children, but they learn so much from doing things for themselves. When children practice self-help skills such as feeding and dressing, they practice their fine and gross motor skills, gain confidence in their ability to try new things, and build their self-esteem and pride in their independence. As an occupational therapist who works in both the home and school environments, I sometimes hear from parents about how surprised they are that their child can engage in so many different self-help tasks independently at school, but not at home. Now, this could be because parents may not always have the understanding, strategies, or ability to foster a child's independence. In addition, the child may respond to their parents in the home environment differently, as home routines tend to have less structure and different expectations. Because of these reasons, there can be more challenges with working on some self-help skills in the home compared to the school environment, where routines and expectations are likely more established and consistent. I've heard many times through where parents begin desiring to learn and implement strategies at home because of the success that they have seen at school. The following strategies that we will discuss in this video are useful in school environments and should be shared with the parents as well. The more consistent we are in using strategies between settings, the higher the success rate. The easiest technique to implement to foster a child's independence in really any task is called prompt fading. When we fade away prompting, it can be either the type of prompting, number of prompts given, or both. When we start working with a student to obtain a baseline of skill set, we always start with the least intrusive type of prompting to see where the child is at before moving up. Here's the hierarchy of prompts. We'll start with the most intrusive level and work our way down. The most intrusive level is what's called hand over hand or full physical assist. This is when you place your hand over the child's hand or body part to guide the child in what he or she is doing. For example, if I'm teaching a child how to spread peanut butter over bread, I can put my hands over the child's hands to guide the motions. The second level down is called partial physical assist. This is when I'm using a lesser amount of physical assistance to support the child. Going back to that same example of spreading butter, now instead of using hand over hand support, I can guide and support at the forearms or elbows as opposed to that full intensive support. The next level down is modeling. And just as the name sounds, this is where I'll be demonstrating the desired movement or action for the child. The next level down is a verbal prompt. Now this can either be a full verbal prompt or a partial verbal prompt. A full verbal prompt is stating the child's desired response before the child has a chance to answer. And a partial verbal prompt is using only a part of the word or sound to assist the child. Here's what that can look like. Johnny, what is this? Marker. So that would be a full verbal prompt versus, Johnny, what is this? Ma. And that would be a partial verbal prompt. The next level down is using visual prompts. Here, we'll be using a picture symbol to help the child understand what to do. A step down from a visual prompt is a positional prompt. This is when you're using the location of a person or object to cue the student to the desired response. For example, if I'm trying to have the child brush his or her teeth, I might put the toothpaste right beside the toothbrush as a positional prompt. Now, the least intrusive step for prompting is what's called a point prompt. This is when you're using a point gesture to cue the child to the correct response. So going back to that example of toothbrushing, If I say, Johnny, time to brush your teeth, and I point to the toothbrush and the toothpaste, that'd be using a point prompt. The next strategy is to complete a task analysis. A task analysis involves breaking down an activity to analyze all the different factors that may contribute to the task. These factors can include external factors, such as noise, sound, lighting, people involved, all the way to internal factors such as body mechanics or posture. These factors will help us better identify where the challenges are and strategies for better success. Next, ensure that instructions and expectations are clear. For some students, we may need to break down the instruction in order for the student to understand what is expected. For example, giving the instruction of take 2 squares of toilet paper and wipe 3 times will help the student understand directions more clearly as opposed to wipe your bum. The last strategy we will talk about in this video is the use of visual supports, including visual schedules and social scripts. These tools help the child better prepare for and understand the task. A social script, which is similar to a social story, is used to help the student better understand what the task may look like and expectations. There are many generic social scripts and visual schedules that you can find online. Here are some sites that may be helpful.